Good morning, everyone. You got Patriot Dave here and Oksana and Ephesia. Um, so we're not gonna talk about who's good and who's bad. We're gonna keep our energy focused on um, the what's good as far as what's real. I guess is the better way to put it. So what we kind of just briefly discussed. We want to talk about dimensions, right, ladies?
Yes, because everybody's talking about the moving to this or that, or and where are we moving? That's the main question that people ask.
Yeah, you're right. And they're calling it ascension and a lot of people say the great awakening but I mean it really all ties back to where we really going besides these words, reality, where are we really going?
Right.
Yeah, and in fact, this about the dimensions, basically to investigate which one that can help us to, you know what I mean, to this awakening a bit more fast, maybe, or to go to the right direction because entities continues to confuse us. Okay. Also, I would like to even to understand. We can go to talk with Oksana with this. If there's any relation, the Second World War was happening to what's happening now, the distance, okay? Um, I still not think that they are similar, obviously, in a more sophisticated way. Um,
In a new
the
way,
mics,
but it's like they restructured that idea
mhm.
and put it in a more peaceful way that kind of masquerades as a peaceful, but in fact, there's a revolution going on.
Microchip, Q
Mm,
codes. When you go to places, I mean, your freedom is basically just a joke.
like a concentration camp, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they decide who dies or not today.
Right, but look how many people are opposing it, and there are more people that are actually those are true people, like Dolores Cannon used to say. There's those background people she used to call them, or they're the empty shell people. Those are the ones who are doing it to themselves. There are a lot of them have artificial souls or partial artificial souls, and that's why they don't resonate with the idea. They don't care if people are going to be losing their bodies due to it. They're just totally on a program, running
Okay,
that program. But
and then
also look what's happening in the truthers community. How they created the matrix, Matryoshka. Imagine they know exactly what humanity is going to go towards, and the natural biological souls are going to try to get out of it, right? So, okay, well, we can't stop the process of consciousness growing. We can only slow it down. Okay, well, they wake up. We'll we'll go by different scenarios to confuse them a little bit, make them believe these people are going to be saved by some positive aliens, and we're going to communicate the information through them. Therefore, to confuse people even more, or to make them calm and just accept everything without the fight, right? And
Right.
so they infiltrated every single field where we are. Think about it. And plus, our body is a big filter. The person who conveys information to you, it depends in what family this person grew up, what belief system that person has. It would always change with the physical mind, the information going through the filters of belief system of that particular person. And then there's different hooks. There's the ego hook, there's a money hook, there's a business hook, and you go and go and go. So be careful and discern. And don't compare information. Don't. Just it's either you resonate with it or not. Because I
exactly.
see a lot of comments they use, they say, oh, this person that is known on YouTube or that says different. Okay, well, if you resonate with this person, go and listen to her. Don't listen to me then, but it doesn't mean that everybody has to say the same information because a lot of people read different timelines, which exist at the same time in parallel, and a lot of people are infiltrated and have implants. So, and implants are for distorting information, inversion matrix.
And
Mm-hmm.
while you're on that, Oksana, so implants, explain to people they can have physical and they can have
Mhm.
spirit
Etheric.
attached. Yeah,
Right.
etheric. Thank you. And I think some people always think physical because we're so much into 3D, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can have them other ways.
Right. You can
Yes.
have etheric ones, and they influence the physical body because they're in the energy body, and the energy body is inside the physical body. So it goes as one. Whatever happening to the etheric body happening to the physical.
One, I think of the clue that we can have to work. This is why I was very, very interested to connect with the other dimensions. Is um, easy tools for us to recognize empty shells or people that they are really sick. Not because we have to, oh, they are the baddies, just to be more compassionate, but at the same time to protect our energetic field. I have a clue because I'm quite do a lot of meditation. So Saturday night, 23rd, for some reason that many people they correct me. Oh, Ephesians, the full moon was the 20th of October, not the 23rd, but I keep have this information. So I basically had some meditation for the 23rd because of the 23rd keep comes to my mind and asking, I'm keeping asking um, questions to my inner self, to my travel, a subliminal soul, and then I receive the answers through things that comes to me, like information links. And
Right.
one is the aura glasses. Aura glasses are very interesting because you can quickly you can recognize, you can see the aura of the people when they are damaged or when are only part of the body they are
Present.
yeah, and they says, oh, this they can you can recognize these people. They are sick or they have something that's going on. Depends on the color. Obviously, is you have to exercise, but for in the normal way through meditation, people do Reiki. Knows that it keeps years and years to see with your nude eyes the aura. So that is just a little clue. Okay,
Mm.
aura around the body is can
Hmm.
tell us if the person is okay with full of syrup or whatever. If he's damaged, he has other problems. Even if he has entities behind that tell him kill it, or to anyway anything that you guys resonate. You feel. So anybody can use the aura glasses. This is just
Mm.
a little tool. Okay, it's not magic. It's not obviously you have to use your energy
That's a
and
good
Yeah,
point.
they
That's
run
a
on
great.
your energy.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is
because
to help people to, you know what I mean, even you can exercise checking their fingers, hands, if they can see the aura is okay.
mm, never heard of
And
them. Interesting.
yeah,
Well,
this coming, all this information they're coming. Thanks 23rd of.
and because we don't see with our physical eyes, people don't necessarily understand the ores. Some do, some don't, because
Mhm.
everybody's on that different step, right? Um, but if you ever had anybody just walk behind you and you felt totally uncomfortable and you felt uh, um, something that you haven't felt in a long time, that's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
So, in other words, get the hell away from me. I don't like the way this feels. That's what she's talking about. You can feel it. You don't have to see it with your eyes. Some people do see it with their eyes, right? I mean, some people see ores with their third eye and some don't. At this point, anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
obviously always to trust the inner, feeling, intuition. And some people may be distracted, people they are a lot in their mind and it's anybody they need to find their own way to connect with their soul, the third eye basically and to ask help. People call, oh, my spirit guide, my angels, even Oksana, not
Who
into
they are.
angels, yeah, spirit of light and stuff like that. I believe in myself, in my power, in my energy, not external,
Right, right.
so
And
we
if you
trust,
use
yeah.
cards, sorry, I interrupted you. If people tend to, if you use cards or pendulum, because I had a comment. in Russian, that, oh, it's very sad, Oksana, to see videos that, one of your friends using cards. Yeah, but you use cards not the way some other people use them. Some people call on help to show you through the cards. You actually channel your own soul, your own essence. So there's
Exactly.
no outside forces to influence you in
I
this.
mean,
Just
and
just to
even
make sure they understand. Yeah.
Good
exactly
point.
because pendulum, basically, the pendulum which I use, this Egyptian one, which is amazing.
Mhm.
Basically, is connect with your energy. This is your energy that's giving power to this pendulum. This is just a
Physical
tool, guys.
instrument. Yeah.
Cards is
Right.
always the same, but you have to project your energy. If it's good or bad, everybody have to feel it. If like this tapestry behind, people says that is demoniac. This is the tree of life. I was like,
Right.
what?
People always say something interesting, isn't it?
I have a
That is
good one.
definitely a tree of
Um,
life. Yeah.
yes, this is the tree of life. Look, guys, it's not a Satan or whatever. I mean, just a tapestry with you can.
But I mean,
Yeah,
on one hand, it's good that people are asking questions though, but they need to ask themselves them questions. Not,
yeah.
Right.
Why the
right,
season? Why?
right.
Are you
Go
okay?
within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Yes.
look
Yes.
in the background. Look at hear what we say, feel through what we say, and if you resonate with it or not, not the
Sorry,
Well,
this face.
background.
I got this face. Sorry.
and like Oksana, when she goes to channel people, I mean, people say don't channel people and all this BS. She knows what she's doing. She can see through their eyes to their soul, and she knows if it's AI or she knows if it isn't. And she's not the only one in the world that can do this.
Yep.
There's lots of people that can do this that know what they're doing. So it just bothers me when people do kind of turn things around. I mean, it really don't bother me because in one part they're losing out is what that's the part that I don't like, you know.
Can I say a little thing about Oksana? I have this, blessed to know her for a year now.
Wow.
It's like I know her forever. And I meet her through our organization, or I would call maybe a little organization, very little, that I was
Different
learning.
channel.
Yeah, and I really resonate with her. I find that myself. It was very difficult because I was starting new things, esoteric investigations and methods as well. And she encouraged me, and she saw things that in my skin, I can say she was right. She spot on absolutely everything. I trust her unconditionally.
Oh yeah.
She's really good, and she's a good friend more than anything.
Thank you. I
Absolutely.
trust you too because, I mean, you can't fool people. Okay, I know for a fact, I feel it that people check on me also. They are the ones who can see. And I'm not worried about it because, I mean, I've had instances when I felt and I know what they see, what I see, like because I'm clean, there's nothing to worry about. But
Yeah.
it's just normal part of this world, we have to do it.
Well, and that's why that not let's just say not so positive souls don't promote you because they know. That's
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
all I'm going to say
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to
right.
say.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll keep you as a hidden secret. We're good with that, right? So,
Mm.
what's the best way to go about talking about the dimensions? Do we start off in the, I mean, do you start off from go to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7? How do we go about this?
I yeah, I can start telling you what I see, but when you mention that and oh yeah, I see the visualization of a carousel, like a classic one with horses, and the base of it is 3D, and then the the next one is fourth, but that's where I see a lot of different creatures entering this as a passing through kind of tunnel or layer that they can access the 3D. The the problem for them becomes when they want to go to 5D, which is higher than them, and they're not at that level of consciousness, and they don't possess a soul. So they can't really go there, but they found a way to build this carousel in which they can put the people on those horses, lock them in 3D base that is keeps rotating, and this are our lives. They rotate at the same time, so each one has his own carousel, and they fracture you in multiple pieces, and each piece has a body, and each body sits on a different horse all the way around, and they start spinning the.
Mm.
And this is like how all your lives run at the same time, and the information goes in the center of the carousel. That is like if you just tree of life or a trunk or a pole in the middle that keeps all your records of all the lives experiences, your decisions made, and it has like a DNA, which is a lot of strands, and those responsible for, I mean, those are like your experiences recorded in each strand. Then they can access, and they can also change if they are connected to you. But how they get to higher dimensions that we're also incarnated in, because our higher self, let's call it this way, send the sparks of, to experience different other lives in higher dimensions. They go through you on the horse because you're stuck in 3D, and they go through this DNA, which is inside that trunk or the pole in the middle of the carousel, up to the roof of it, which that's where I see the fifth dimension begins. And then they go 6, 7, 8, and whatever, higher. So they use us as portals through which they can access our lives in higher dimensions and gain information there, do some damage there, and progress that way to take over. It's like AI take over, like a virus goes into high dimensions then. And that's what we at a soul level, as all higher selves put together as a group, we all think fast at it. And finally we realized what's going on. We have to eliminate the virus. How do you eliminate it? By raising your consciousness. How do you raise your consciousness? You have to awake those people who are stuck on those horses being spun nonstop. And that's why the spinning right now, which is like the shortening of time, or we feel like it's accelerating, is this. They're gonna spin, we ourselves spin us faster and faster. And as it's happening, the events keep coming at us because we actually kind of making the negative timelines also merge with positive, accelerating and processing them through our consciousness to see all the evil at the same time happening, which is happening now, to transition to this what I see 5D and higher, and that's going to be all merged. All those layers are going to be merged, and it's a process, but I see us living in harmony with earth. It's like a symbiotic relationship. There's no way around. We'll get to the point of consciousness. We cannot damage a plant, we cannot damage an animal, we cannot use a plant or an animal. uh, you know um, we just give them, they give us, and all we give each other is love and respect for existence of each other, to support this planet energetically in that existence. And that's what we're going to see how this, it's slowly we're moving towards, people are moving out of the cities, those real true people with true real souls moving out, thinking how to grow their own food.
Mhm.
And because the situation that is also created by us partially is pushing our physical bodies to go that route.
Mm.
to go in that direction. So it's a very complex co-creation because we also got this AI virus, those other beings who are parasitic to us, and we're trying to maneuver the whole system, which is like kind of looks like a snowball of confusion right now. But
Yeah.
you kind of have to stay calm with all of this because we are untangling all these layers and peeling them off and working through them.
Yeah, and I got a question, but Ephesia had some cards there. What did you have there?
Amazing. Everything that Oksana she says is just showing in my cards. Sorry that I don't have a camera that I can show because they are obviously. So as you can see, the horse, they have two horses in my cards. So something about the horses, keep attention about horse speed, anything that is as brands, pictures with horses. We have to have a put some attention, guys. Who's behind, all this syrup stuff? And this is basically what is inside of the syrup and this in this dimension, basically, which has connection, yes, with the fifth dimension, like Oksana says, but even with the seventh. Because as you can see, in the middle, you have the little ghost, okay, that is in the cup. Cup is what you drink, or you can, the fluid, basically. And in every basically cup, you can see the snake, you can see the fake jewelry, the
Mm-hmm.
greediness of the, and this is all, everything is inside of this syrup that is probably corrupting the people. There is a big corruption. Number seven, the horse is makes sense here. Okay, everything that is number seven. I mean, I love number seven. Is my favorite, one of my favorite numbers. But in this case, number seven, even the information from the seventh dimension. What is it? What is going on here? The matrix. Also, I feel that Oksana is right. We're going to move definitely to the countryside to grow our own food, organic. Many people, even if they're living in the cities, I read a comment, I think it was 2 weeks ago, a lady that she says they have this special, I don't remember the name, when you can grow your own
Inside,
vegetables. Yes, they are a bit expensive, but wow, it's
I've
amazing.
seen it too.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
remember
pretty
the name.
amazing.
Sorry, guys. My,
It's
red
okay.
fish. And also the magician, which is the medium, Oksana, definitely she's telling the truth. We're going to move in places where they're near the sea, countryside, mountains, where the water is clean, where the fluid is clean. So basically, we're going to clean up all our bodies because in every cell we contain our water, yes, our
Mm.
oxygen, which is basically poisoned by this syrup. It will going to have many people they need years and years, maybe they can't even in this life, but there is a big detox, massive detox. Also, sorry guys if I say these words, but people that they have the syrup, they have to be careful because they're contaminated sexually. Okay, so it's important that people they do something, especially if they have husband that is, you know, full of
Mm.
syrup, or because they can generate, they can have a problem with the.
Fluid exchange, information
I don't
exchange,
like to say these
AI
words,
technology
yeah.
goes into you.
And this is what
Yeah.
they do because even sexually you are poisoned. Is bad. Also, the devil, which is not because I mean lovers is love. Lover is a passion, is beauty, and here is just dirt. It's corrupted. And
Mhm.
what's happened to the people they create a life? What which with fear,
You can.
with
No.
we know all these things anyway, but this is why we need a detox, completely big, massive detox, because
Yeah.
children is our future. I give a lot of cups here, cups, drink. So drink water, go near a river, a lake, because many people is depressed. You see, people that feel tired, sad, neglected, they need to think about their children in the future. If you show your children you are always miserable, what you want to do, I mean, what you give to your son, to your daughter, try
Mm.
to do something. So, because we know, obviously, to the people they are awake, to the people they are still sleeping, we will need a big, bow bell, and but they don't have any choice.
You're right about
Mm.
that. And Oksana, was you done there? Because I don't want to cut you off. Was you done there?
You, Ephesia, you're
Ah, me,
done.
sorry. Oops. Can you repeat again?
Well, I just want to make sure you were done before I ask her my question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I seen the carousel when you mentioned that. I guess you're rubbing off on me. It looked like the carousel was going kind of, like a carousel does. But what I've been trying to explain to people is that split that you were talking about, and it's hard to put into words.
Mhm.
Um, so 10% here, 10% here, ten
Right.
percent divided by
And some percentage they keep. If you have attachments or somebody's in control of you and controlling you as a puppet, he has some percent of your soul also. He keeps it in a Usually, I see them at the labs and the lab tubes, kept at some laboratories that the aliens have on spaceships or underground, or depends if you're an SSP or what. But it's interesting that the horses came up. I just remembered I was born in the year of a white horse, and I
wow.
also like the number seven since I was little. We had little poems per each number in school, and the only poem I always repeat in my head is about number seven, which
Wow.
is kind of funny. And that eight, about this guy, I mean, eight is the number that always leads me in the right direction. It somehow always coincides. Or group number eight, going to the college and things like that. Eighth floor, immunology department, things like that. It's just crazy, but.
It's so funny you said that about horses because one of my lives that I seen where I died, I got shot and I fell off of a horse. But as my spirit was lifting out of my body, I turned around and a horse and a soldier ran right through me. So
Mhm.
I was lifting up out of my vessel,
Right.
uh, and that horse's eyes were like right there in my face.
Wow.
I'll never forget that. Yeah.
Oh,
Amazing.
they're high dimensional beings. They're like whales and dolphins. When you look at them, you feel that, right? The force,
Oh
like you're on a
yeah.
different planet all of a sudden, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll never forget it. Yeah.
Mm.
So okay. So I guess we can still kind of move on with the dimensions.
Hmm.
And where do you want to go next? Because there's kind of a lot to it, and we're probably only going
Um,
to get to cover so much of it, right?
um, can I try? Oh,
Yeah.
I know what happened to Alec Baldwin, because I don't know. I don't know. I felt really bad for this guy, literally. But something's telling me, I would like Oksana, maybe she can look at that somebody did in purpose, really, in purpose. Um,
Yeah, I see like the huge wings covering him, and it looks like a tall body, like alien being, but it's like portraying as a dark angel, kind of a dark color, with the
mhm,
wings covering him. Mine, take you now. That's
mm.
what
Yeah.
right away when you. But I didn't even know. I heard that something happened to him, but I have no idea what the official story is. Be honest,
Well,
I just don't
supposedly
follow the news.
he shot somebody supposedly with a
Mm.
a prop gun that had bullets in it, kind of like the Bruce Lee saga, if you remember that one. Same thing. They were trying to put a spotlight on him because of these wings that were around him that you're talking about. That's what I felt. Did you feel
Mm.
the same thing, Ephesia?
Uh,
Manipulation,
I
script.
feel that they really, there was, like I said, especially in the movies industry, we know that is what is behind is another
Yeah.
bad
It's like a
entity.
spotlight, right? Big old spotlight. Hey, look it over here,
I
right?
think they want Alec Baldwin off, gone
I think he's already gone,
completely.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but
He's
yeah.
taken by that tall figure of that angel-looking being. I saw that happen.
Uh,
But that's what I meant. Mine, take him now.
yeah,
Mm,
Yeah, I think that even the fact, again, all these informations that we have in that they are big, like, the story of Gabby Petito and the boyfriend, and now Alec Baldwin, which is next. They are really a series of fake programmed news already. We
yeah,
have
it's a
lots
program.
already. Yeah,
yeah,
We're
and
running a bunch of programs right now to confuse people, and now people are fighting who's correct about this girl, or who's like, yeah, I got
right.
and
multiple
I
comments with different stories. And I don't really care. I just I know what I see and I tell you what I see, you know?
find
Good
even the
point.
connection, New Mexico's, and you basically you talk about Texas. They have a special meeting last week, I think it was, and all this in this area where it's very dry, where is the sun, they are more focused, the fake
Mm,
vibrations. I feel all in, especially in this area of USA, yeah, New Mexico, Texas,
it's
uh,
underground
yeah,
dumps and all these locations of that.
they are really, I mean, the vibration at the moment, if we can give a number, Oksana, more a vibration is I, uh,
720 I
obviously,
got right away. I don't know what number you're talking about.
720.
Yeah,
okay, it's very low then. Oh, I think it's low.
it's low. It's not,
Yeah,
you know, talking
because,
about thousands, I guess,
Mm,
on a
yeah,
scale.
I can see that, I mean, regarding Alec Baldwin, it was targeted 100%. They designed somebody who should die. I think Alina, this is the name, or not me, or Alina, I don't know the name, the girl that she unfortunately passed away. Bless her.
yeah,
And but they wanted somebody dead in this act, like Brandon Lee, in The Crow.
yep.
Yes, what I can see there will be something else. There will be a marriage. This is what I can. A
Mm,
marriage is something very, very strange, very weird will going to happen to take the spot again. And in the meantime, they will going to do what they're doing. This dark, black arts or yeah,
Right.
white arts. Yeah.
They copy our reality multiple times and then reseed the souls damaged already through the systems of like movie industry or whatever into those. That's what I see happening now because they know that they need these assets to continue what they're doing in a different reality though.
yeah. So, where do you see the next lift in we was talking about the dimensions part? As long as she's done, I think she was. What do you see happening next? As far as like the carousel, how do people break their carousel up and things like that? I mean,
That's when you're pushed and pushed and pushed. You're going at full speed and you crash into
Yeah.
depends. Yeah, I had my crash when I had my Kundalini. I couldn't sleep. I mean, the
Hmm.
energy was like as if somebody connected me to the charging, and I had electrical charges throughout my body day and night.
I know, right?
But
Yeah,
Kundalini is not what you think. I said it today, actually, in this morning session. It's the awakening of every cell of your body. It's your true original DNA awakening and going through your body, awakening your physical up. Enough is enough. You came here, and you have to figure out how you can help at this level. That's what I actually, from there, I mean, it led me to this where I'm now. But it took years, yeah, from 2016. It doesn't happen quickly. Like people sometimes think that after session right away, they're going to start seeing, they're going to know what they're going to do. No, it's a slow process, kids. It's a slow process to figure out, okay, well, we're going to build healing centers. We're going to do this. We're going to grow food in nature. We're going to release the animals and make them feel free because they have families. They're like us, just in different bodies.
Right.
Yes, things like that. And there are people going to be involved in all these processes also. So right now it's just like a transition period where you have to keep your calm, be observant, not make any quick moves and decisions out of fear. Control your emotions, and it takes a lot of energy to do just that, you know?
Right.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
fact, what you said is true. So this is the people that they live in their own prison, but you can see this card. I love this card because it sounds like this woman. She's suffering. She's a prisoner, but there you can see is a gap behind, and she's tied loose. She can. I mean, this is the.
Mm-hmm.
This is that she's the an emotional prison. Is or else she have to say no, enough, and then she will go to heal. This is the healing card, the star, which is always the rebirth of every single person. We can have a different, rebirth in how in this life, this experience we have in, and the star is always beautiful because it's definitely is healing. In Oksana, she's right. We're going to definitely to change our status of free
Yeah.
people living with our own. I mean, we know everything now. This world basically doesn't have any more secrets. Basically,
Right.
even
Mm-hmm.
the entities. Okay, we can do this, but we know that is the bad and the good. But yes, new schools and new system, new method. Enough to study. Stuff that is not. It doesn't. You don't need in this life.
Right.
Latin, all the Latin, just the priest is they study. I can say some
Right.
basic, obviously language people can be interested, okay, but it will you choose. You don't have to, force me to study things that I don't need when I will be, 18 or whatever to will be independent to go to work. And the food, even the school, they should even teach the children how to eat, what to drink, how to
Mm-hmm.
grow, know the herbs, know the plants, know every animal in the planet because it's part of us.
Right.
Not just capitalist to eat and kill, Is yeah, I'm agree with you by the way.
Right. My 9-year-old, he had a dream, and he started going into trance and sees very well and removes his implants if it happens or whatever. And he said, like, Mom, I know how it's gonna be. We're gonna be like in nature in groups, and that's how the school is gonna be.
Mm.
Because everywhere it's warm in the planet where I saw it, and everybody's outside, and the teacher are natural teachers. If you want to eat, we go eat blueberries off the bushes. And that's how my childhood was in Ukraine. All day long I was with
Wow.
other kids walking around and picking from the whatever trees and fruits and were available around. That's how I
Mm.
lived. And that's what he told me. He said, we're just going to be by the ocean sitting there and exploring the life and talking to dolphins. And that's how we're going to be teaching. And that we
Yeah.
already started the process. Look how many people pulled their kids out.
Yeah.
I know so many people just in our area who kids are homeschooled now. Next step for those who are still in school, guess what? The syrup is going to happen to those kids, and the reactions are going to happen, and the parents are going to
Yeah.
react to that, pull them out. So this his system is going to collapse because
Of
Hmm.
school is a
course.
prison of the mind. They don't even open windows. There's no fresh air.
No.
They have to be outside in a beautiful place. It'll be the climate's going to be changed, you know,
That that's why they
this
wanted to
time.
lock the schools down, and that's why we had psyops on that. It all ties
Right,
together.
right. And look how in former Soviet Union, they would just like a group of nurses would barge in anytime they want and, do the syrup to every kid. And the parent wouldn't even know what they did to you. And, but that's going to be changed. It's like as a kid, I felt like all the kids were lab animals. In school, they would do whatever they wanted with us.
Yeah.
But
You're
I
right.
was the one who, like, this is inside of you. I would hide in the bathroom when
Hmm.
those nurses would come and pretend I had problems with my stomach to avoid this happening to my body, because
Mm,
it's I didn't even know it was an intrusion on free will or anything. I felt
mm,
like you can't force me. I'm refusing as a little
right.
child. But that's what's going to happen. And as people think we're going to 5D, we're going to original Earth, and everybody brings the energy of his own dimension. You know, and I've been to all the dimensions. I've been on Sirius A and B in third, fourth, sixth, seven, eight, ninth, as far as I see in this universe, and I am composed of all of those, of the knowledge from brought from all the dimensions. So I can't let it in terms of the body. I see the body being solid but light, and because we're all gonna eat just fruits and veggies, you know,
Right.
we're not gonna use animals. The
Yeah,
consciousness level would not allow us to do that.
Mm,
Dolores says as well that we're going to end up drinking more fluids than solid
Right,
foods
right. Yeah,
as
we're gonna
well.
eat little, very little.
Mm.
Like I said, like before, like one apple would be good enough to eat for the whole day for 20 people. And the fruit were gonna
Wow.
be huge and
well, and
colors amazing.
people don't understand that when when you're attuned and all of that, you need less food. I mean, I guess you call them cousins. I mean, there's other beings on other planets that don't eat anything. And there's a
Hmm.
word for that. I forget the word for that, Oksana. What is that word? Do you remember?
Some of them I see drink only, like the dew from the plants.
Mm-hmm.
And others don't eat at all. They just they have some chambers made out of crystals that they charge themselves up. It amplifies the energy, you know,
Mm-hmm.
recharges them that way. Others just like base themselves in the sun,
Yeah.
and that's enough for them, or because they are walking on barefoot on the earth, and it charges them. They give the energy to it. There's constant flow of energy. Obviously, they don't sleep and all this.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah, you're right about the sleep part too, huh?
Mm.
We're gonna
yeah,
sleep a whole hell of a lot less, right?
right, yeah.
Mm.
I don't sleep much now. Do you guys?
Because I don't
Uh,
even see like the nights are gonna be the nights. Like, in St. Petersburg in Russia, the white nights. That's
Yeah.
how I see on this, so-called new kind of Earth it's
Mm.
gonna be. So,
I don't sleep anymore in the night because I work. For me, night is basically when I activated everything. Apparently, I'm very good. My third eye is more open in the night, so this is why I choose night shifts. With my cars, with my other methods. But yes, I can. I don't sleep quite a lot because I needed to even to stay awake in the day. So for me, 5 hours is enough.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
same
good.
here, pretty
Yeah,
much. Yeah.
5 hours, good. And then I have the afternoon, and I have another life in the daylight. So from
Right.
Yeah.
vampire to yes, it's yeah, definitely is. The energy is quite strong. The frequencies, and if you, Dave, uh, you put to yourself this intention, ask yourself that you have to relax and to clean up everything that is bothering you. Okay, like imagine that you have a Hoover that can suck all these basically
Like the
things.
vacuum that can cleanse you.
Vacuum, yes, it cleans up, all the things that comes to your mind, because we are under attack. We remember we are like magnets. We attract
Mm-hmm.
good things, but even bad things. If we like or
Yes.
not, this is, and we have to keep it cleaning, like you clean your house from the dust, and then when you clean up this, then the intention is, I'm going to sleep very well tonight. Keep it, or today, or whatever. Decide which hour, how many hours you want is enough for you, for your body. Ask your body
Right.
how many hours you need, and you're
Yeah.
going to feel refreshed. Water, not before you go to sleep. If you know the toilets, visits like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, you were also talking about the chakras and people like we've been mistaught this for years and years and years and years and years. Can you can you ladies explain your thoughts on the chakra, as they call them. It should be I am one, but let's go through how this happened or what your thoughts are on it.
Well, because they designed the bodies as you design what is would be the best device that would contain the soul, wouldn't let it go out, can be turned on, off, or you can put implants in and control it. And also you can siphon energy from, because we have different energies running through us, right? Creative energy, vital energy, sexual energy, and so on. So they wanted to create some sort of like it's like shelves of the bookshelf in which would contain different energies. So the entities that are coexisting with us, all these demonic ones from first and second dimension, those reptilian Draco, Greys, and so on from Force, they could just easily access each shelf of our body to get the energy they need, precisely what exactly they need. So it's like you're filled up with containers. Your body is dissected into containers where you collect energies, and they can put a straw in and suck it out, or transfer it to another container and use it somewhere else off world. So that's the idea, and that's why whenever they're trying to spread information globally, let's say, so everybody knows, everybody hears it, a lot of times, most of the times, they're doing it because there's some agenda going on behind. That's what I learned. As well as, if somebody becomes mega popular on YouTube or whatever, writes books and everybody knows about that person, every time I look, this person is controlled, because they want to insert their own agenda and promote this particular person to be seen, right? To spread the wrong
Yes.
information. So be just careful, be discerning, because I know people who's been working forever, all their lives, spreading the information, but for some reason they got only, let's say, 50K subscribers, working for 17 years, and some person comes up and in a year that person has almost 100.
Right.
There's a lot of ways to do it. You can pay for, I get all kinds of emails, you can pay business plan, how to, get more subscribe. I don't care. I never answer those emails, but there's this way, but there's also the etheric contract with entities who will make you popular, but in return, of course, what you give to them, your soul.
Yeah.
And there's also that when they tell you you're special, you're a star seed, you're the one who has an implant, or you don't have an implant, but we're connected to you, give you information with your star family, and then all of a sudden you balloon, you become popular. And
Hmm.
I've seen that happen too, but then I look at those people, I check, and they're always connected to some negative entity.
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
when is this
Money
involved.
involved, it's the biggest, yeah,
I
corruption.
mean, I not want to be. I mean, obviously, I'm studying. I work so hard with all my courses. Obviously, I looking to make an income with my hard work as a therapist and as a basic energy cleaner and called cleaner myself, like a normal cleaner that goes to cleaning the houses. And
Sure.
Mm,
obviously, I need to be paid. But I feel that I going to have a good life, quality life, because allowed me to travel and do the things. But I don't feel greedy. Everybody says, "Oh, me too. I'm not greedy." No, no. Yeah, but come on, guys.
Yeah.
I see things. Okay, everybody's free to ask their own the money, expensive. And end of the day, people decide to give to them the money. Okay,
Yeah.
but
um,
yeah, it's still part of us because money is can be good, can be bad, the way it's used.
The way
And
you look at
Yes.
it, yeah, it just gives you, it basically, what it does, it gives you the freedom in the
yeah,
physical world
I
to
mean, for my
choose where you want to
opinion,
go.
yeah, for my opinion, is a bad message that you give to the people that really ask for help.
Mm.
Because we need a lot healers, we need a lot. people that they call shamans, the real shaman. I mean, not the one they made in a course in 3 days. I mean, the real shaman that they study years and years and years, healers, therapists, real homeopathic doctors. The first thing in you is that you do because you want to help. You care about humanity, about your brothers and sisters. Don't make them poor, because obviously you are in a level what you have more knowledge, you know things, and obviously they didn't have the chance, or because they couldn't, because their life was more difficult, and they can get there. But if you rip them off with this,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is my opinion, okay? If it's good or bad, I know that's but is
Well, there's a fine line there. I mean, I know you two ladies just try to put food on your table, and you do this full time. I don't do this full time, so I just get a few donations, which really doesn't even help cover my premium Zoom and YouTube, fake tube. Um, but that's that. I'm going to keep it that way, and it is what it is. I'm never going to monetize. I'm just not going to do it. Uh, but that's just doing videos. You guys do a lot more than what I do as far as that part goes.
mhm.
You guys help people one on one. Maybe someday I will be doing that. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
You're already helping, Dave, because I mean, what you're doing with this show, this is helping. This is help, and you deserve donations. Actually, please donate it to this wonderful channel because is he deserves. And I'm so glad that I'm here with you and
Yeah.
Oksana. So, and this is, I mean, not everybody necessarily do help as a healer with the hands or trance or doctor giving. You are a healer because you are spreading right informations.
And showing people
Right.
to others
Yeah, you
because
are a
that's why
healer too.
you have a choice to choose whom you
Exactly.
resonate with.
We
And
need
I do a
people
lot
like
of
you.
sessions for healers too,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and we do help each other.
Yeah.
So
You're right, huh?
uh,
It's kind of like a.
oh, I had lots of healers recently, yeah, coming to me because
That's
they
Yeah.
awesome.
sometimes they just can't see something, that a third person can.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I
It's
think
kind of.
it's normal to clean each other, as healers, because we absorb
Mhm.
so lot that is normal. And Oksana, you are an energetic machine. But I mean, it's
Yes.
good
Yeah.
because other people' energy help you so quickly to clean you up. Is
Mhm.
sometimes I have experience with other once because I'm always curious. I like
Yeah,
taking it,
I know that.
yeah, and
She does rub
eh,
off on you. I promise. Yeah.
yeah, and
She
then
does.
it's good. It's good. Like I says, I never follow one always the same topic over and over. I am very open to everything. So this is we see my channel is a bit a lot of stuff, but
Mm.
it's still
Yeah.
young. So, but I really, really like to, um, even have experience with other healers. I mean, it's good because everybody
Yes.
at the end of the day, we have the same
Different.
goal. Yeah, it's different, but with the same goal to help, to heal. Yeah,
So,
it's like,
so
oh,
I
please, can you borrow me your soap? And we clean.
so, so I am definitely curious though, back to the chakra thing, because I want to make sure we're clear on this. So let's just say it depends on which religion you looked at. There was seven, eight, or nine. So you're
Or
saying
12 even.
even 12. So you're saying they're one, even though you, in a sense, you still have a third eye and you still have a throat, but they're still one, right? Not seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, or 12. Is that
That's this is like an artificial. Imagine as if they created a body container and they put in a mechanism like an exoskeleton with multiple containers. It doesn't matter how many, but they siphon your energy from different organs, and each organ is like a planet, has a lot of energy going on, and siphon it and keeps it in container. And it's where your reproductive organs, obviously they take sexual energy, which is the most powerful energy of creation. You can create worlds with it. You can power up ships, laboratories, planets, even run a fake planet on it, on even one person. You can write the
Mm.
whole artificial moon on it if you wanted to. But that's how powerful we are. I can go and create my own universe and live in there all by myself if I wanted to. But yeah, that's what they do. It's like they design our bodies to keep the energy in so they can use the energy.
Right. Like a vampire in a sense.
Right, because yeah, I mean that's what you do. You put the light bulbs inside the jar because you don't have the electricity and they light up your everything around and they always give you power for everything you do.
Well,
You can connect.
how do people bust these jars per se? Just with your imagination, just your thoughts.
I actually did I back then few years ago I watched a video of this woman in some island. She just said, I mean, you can do what I did was there this visualization, but you create your own visualization. At that point, I stopped listening to any guided meditations because I understood that they are the
Mm.
people always charge them up with their own energy, and if their energy is corrupted and if they are implanted and they have entities behind, it goes on to me as a pollution of my own energy sphere. So I decided to make up my own ritual. I just
Mm.
closed my eyes, imagine I saw them as like flat discs in my body, and I took them out, threw them in the portal, and then I had a session and then the telepath that was in the session, because I mean I was curious to check if the telepath would see the same thing I see, said no, there are no chakras. You probably
Mm.
removed them by yourself. So
Mm.
that proven to me, I mean everything I learned just from my own experience, because I'm a scientist, okay, and that's my
Right.
education also. But and also I'm a scientist in the universe also. My
Definitely.
very first regression, I was laughing so hard. Monkey was the suitcase. I mean, I was a scientist there. But yeah, I mean, it works. It works with your strong decision and you make up your own ritual, whatever. It's just your own creation. You can cleanse, can take anything out of your body. You can get rid of your entities if you just understand what your weak points are, to get angry easily. Oh, that's how they got in probably, or things like
Yeah.
that. You have to figure out things for yourself that makes you vulnerable and make you fall down in vibration, so you open a door for the entities to come.
Mm. Yeah. I love that analogy. But even
Yeah.
even though you don't divide your core chakras or whatever, the energy.
It's one flow of energy, one river that connects, and that
Yeah.
it's contained in one body. Yeah,
Yeah.
one vessel.
I like
That's
always the colors, by the way, even if it's
Rainbow energy, yeah, because essentially we're like this translucent energy that has contains all the colors,
mm,
and that's why we're like all rainbow kind of
we
energy. Because white becomes rainbow when the original sun or whatever sun shines onto it, right? It starts like
yeah.
a diamond kind of
to
vibrating in color.
to reconnect with the what I mentioned before about the aura glasses. That show you that is not rainbow of colors. It's always one, and
Mm.
all the body
That's a DNA. That's your
exactly.
original DNA dictates that particular color. Like
Yeah.
mine is blue simply because I'm from water planet. That's my
Mm,
essence, that's my true self. That's why I'm in the water all the time.
Yeah,
exactly. And
mine's
if
blue too. Yeah.
A
What
lot of
is
us are blue. Yeah, a
yeah,
lot.
huh?
especially when you like to do these things, blue is always a beautiful. I like purple as well. But I mean, in terms of a weak aura or strong aura or damage aura, you can see. I mean, you can see without
Holes,
all the
indentations,
yes.
scrapes,
It says, this person, you can see the damage of the aura because it's like a circle. If it's in your stomach, if it's your throat, if it's in your head, legs, feet,
mm,
arms, you can see because it's like all like a oval,
right.
like an egg, yeah, shape.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, and people they can see without the uh, aura glasses. But for people
Yeah.
that want speed up, and try to even it's good for meditation, relaxation,
Mm.
helps. And because so many people talk about chakras, to be honest, it's a nice artificial, like Oksana says, a method. But remember, it's somebody that started and created and give a power to every, like she said, every box as a energy. And you
Mm-hmm.
believe that, example here, your heart chakra maybe is more powerful than your is everything is connected. And if
Yeah.
you want something as a color, which is blue, can be light blue, can be dark blue. It's telling you straight away what is the problem without check green, blue. I don't know. This is what you mean, Oksana. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I see it a little differently, the damage. It's like I see cracks, I see
Mm.
indentations, I see
Mm.
sometimes an entity eats out part of you from you, so the part of your body
Like
missing.
bites.
Yeah, like bites you, yeah. I mean,
Mm.
it depends, but yeah, that's the idea.
Hmm.
Yeah, and if people just think about I hate to keep calling them chakras because that's, but if everybody keeps thinking they're a one like we are, instead of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 pieces,
Mm,
we're a one,
Mm.
and that's going to help people a lot, right?
right. It's
Your
just one
thoughts, your
one
thoughts,
energy.
Yeah.
y- your creation, your thoughts, your energy. You're the one that can fix it, not anybody else, right?
Right,
Actually,
yeah.
all the body helps apart that needs more help. So, head, legs, stomach is helping the heart because it's a bit weak. Okay, guys, help the heart. And then vice versa, yeah. If it's the stomach problems, your brain problem,
Right. Yeah,
all
the
the
Right.
energy
body is
exchange and flow.
structured like a army to help your mate, your
Yeah.
patriot.
Well, think of people
Mm,
that have kidney problems. Think of people that have heart problems. Think of people that have so on and so forth, kidney problems. Oksana said it. This is why they're sick.
Mm.
mm.
Plus what they've given us in water and food didn't help any at all. Uh,
Yeah, but
so, oh,
mhm.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, every problem is created by emotion, every disease, everything, you know. You just know exactly every time you hear somebody got cancer because that person he keeps anger inside. There's always the same thing. And
Hmm.
Dolores Cannon, 55 years of doing sessions, proven that through
Oh,
that.
she was awesome.
Yeah.
Even living with toxic people that they are abusive, and you decide to
Oh,
instead
yeah,
to
of
run
course.
away, basically you stay because you don't have any other way out because you have children because you
Yeah.
work in a company where they are bullying you, they pay you crap, they treat you like you are nothing, and you become starting to intoxicate yourself with these toxic influences. So
Hmm.
again, we are powerful. We can say no whatever when we want, and
Yeah.
solutions are always there. um, Cancer, unfortunately, is the last. Unfortunately, when it's almost too late, because you are all your bodies, uh, you know, like a black,
Hmm.
like I feel always like this material that you put in the streets. What you call
Um,
catrame? Now blank again.
that's
Um,
okay.
the black, in the we put
The
in the pavement.
concrete,
Yeah, concrete, something. The black concrete. This is
the
what I
asphalt, yeah.
feel yeah, I feel that in our body when somebody has cancer. But when it
Mm.
comes here, it's too late.
Right.
This many
Yeah.
people with the because here we have this beautiful nucleus, the atoms, they're more strong. They can beat up, they can clean up. In early stages of cancer, obviously, is more powerful. But if the people are sleeping or they realize it's too late, it doesn't matter because
Mhm.
they have this information for the next experience. Always, if they want to come back in this third dimension.
So what do you think's next, Oksana? Although we've already described how we're evolving. I mean, um, are we going to see something like significant? Do you think that is going to be like a slapping some people's faces? I, I don't know how else to ask that. Is there going to
Yeah,
be a big
yeah,
event, kind of?
it's not a big event. It's mostly people figuring things out for themselves at this point through their own experience and separation of people. Some people will go into our groups and would start accepting and being able to digest the information we spread
Mm.
because
Hmm.
I
um,
saw a second, Oksana, when you was see there will be a big event. For a second, I don't know if it is working in my mind. I saw Anonymous. You know the guy that was basically screwing up everything in the governments, banks. I saw this guy. Where is he? Or whatever. I don't know it's an organization,
mm,
but come on, Anonymous. We are waiting for you. This is the big show. We are
uh,
waiting.
I understand. No, it's gonna be some of the things are gonna be unexpected and change. Others are gonna be slow motion. The timelines are gonna be changing back and forth. So I don't want to give any predictions. But why
Right.
why do you need a predictions if you know that at the end it's positive?
Oh, it
Definitely.
Let's
definitely
keep it
is.
fun.
You're
That way.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that sounds great.
My dog.
Um, oh yeah, and also,
Yeah.
so we did some new Telegram channels. We did one with the SSP. So we prefer people only that's been or has really good knowledge of the SSP join it because it's a private group. Only if you get an invite are you joining it, because we've actually already done a live chat on there. Um, and then we also got the humanitarian page, which we did a live chat on that as well. So they're all on on my Telegram channels, or I say ours because they're really nothing's mine. Um, so I don't really put them links in the YouTube, but you can find them on my regular Telegram channels if you ask. And Oksana's in one with the SSP. I haven't really got her involved too much because she kind of has a busy life, but we're going to try to get her on there for a live chat. It's a non-video chat is what it is, Oksana, and you only hit your mic, like when you're talking. So
Mm-hmm.
like if you got other things going on, you can kind of like jump in and out, kind of sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you'd be very valuable with your experience for sure. And there's a couple really good people in that group that kind of knows what the hell's going on, so it's awesome. And the humanitarian one, I just kind of threw a fishing hook out there to see who's like serious. I'm just going to be pretty blunt with that. Um, it'd be nice to, have people serious about trying to do the things like you're talking about, helping humanity. Um, you know, let's talk about how we're going to grow our foods, even if it's
Mhm.
in the future, short future. I mean, I bought 5 acres for a reason, other than put a business on it. I still have 3+ acres. Why did I do that? Because I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
Cool.
And half the
Oh,
trees are already cleared. It's not
fantastic.
easy work, but I'm getting there. And I'm going
Good.
to be growing some of my own food. I don't know what the hell I'm growing yet, but I'll figure it out, right? It'll
Mm,
come to me. So,
definitely.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, carry
Oh,
on.
you were just happy about the acreage I was
Yeah.
telling you.
Yes, I was
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
I was
She's
visualizing you
coming to
there.
help you out.
Yeah.
Well, in the
To
cedar
take the
trees,
fruits and
the
try
Uh-huh.
them.
cedar,
Yes.
the cedar trees, like kind of like they just take over your land. Like they get so small because there's so many of them. I had to clear some trees out. But anyway, so I only had 2 questions, and you guys can take whatever you want. But so I sent you all some pictures of Julian Assange trial in the UK.
Hmm.
Now, I seen those as white hats, and somebody shut me down for saying that. I see them there as white hats, clearly showing they're the three-letter agency of the United States. And I see them there to kind of show what it would have been, kind of sort of like if you're a bad guy, you're there to show people you're there and you will kill them or whatever
Hmm.
they do, the corruption side of the government. So I was just curious with you two ladies, what are these three-letter agencies doing well known outside of the courtroom in the UK for Julian
I
Assange?
I think they want to take him. They try every way they can to kidnap him.
Mm-hmm.
They are just checking every movement. Obviously, Assange has a lot of security, bodyguards around him, but they are monitoring everything. And this dead two you saw, basically, they are just of many
Right.
around where he sleep, where he goes. He changed a lot of hotels, different rooms, numbers. Because I can see that he's always in a prison, poor guy,
Yeah, yeah,
Assange. But
yeah,
they are
he
trying
is.
to definitely to physically to take him to US, in a secret
Oh yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
Oksana, what to think?
I don't know the story. I'm sorry. I just had a session this morning and I'm kind of tired.
Yeah.
But I also have to attend the sorry, my husband already, showed up in the door. So I kind of like I'm not with you anymore. No,
Oh,
seriously,
okay.
it's just like I'm at this level when I'm tired. I just feel drained.
Okay.
But I don't know the story. I looked at the pictures just now. I didn't see what you sent. I don't know what to say because I need to fill it up, base it on something, you know.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
I feel
fine.
kind of like maybe I connected to space too much. I'm like
You remember
dizzy
Julian
now.
Assange is the guy
Wobbly.
that spread WikiLeaks, and he was living in this. I think it was the Ecuadorian embassy or Colombian. I don't
Co-
remember.
I think
Or the Colombian
Colombian.
one. And basically, he was
They want to
pleaded
kill him.
London.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically they
they
want to kill
definitely.
him because he spread a lot informations, and he still has a lot of information, like the other guy which lives in Russia.
Oh, yes. McAfee. Are you talking?
Is Yeah, no,
It's a
is another
reptilian
one.
agenda. That's what it is. It came to
Yeah.
me. I see a lot of reptilians behind people in suits.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know I still don't know the whole story for some reason. I mean, I don't follow any of this.
No,
You
it's
know me,
okay.
right?
I know.
But it's
Well, maybe you can think about it later after you do some things and you have a clear head. If you can, that's fine.
mm,
Yeah.
And
Yes,
sh-
because I can see you that you want to go.
yes, she
Uh,
needs to go. I can
yeah.
feel it. But
yes.
I just have one more question, Oksana. If you need to go, go ahead and go. It's no big deal.
Mm.
We just one more question. I was going to ask her about this concert in Dallas, but you don't have to stay on.
Just another matrix program to get people to siphon energy because they're still trying to keep the dumps going when the kids are in rotation and all this. That's what I feel straight
This
away.
Rolling Stone concert in Dallas.
Roller Stone is deep engraved into this demonic kind of
A
whatever
distraction.
it is. Yeah,
Well,
I
there's
just
supposed to be
feel
a
it. That's kind of stuck energy there, and they're keeping them in chains. They
there's
can't
supposed to
show
be
their true
some
selves.
there's supposed to be some big event there. So what I seen, I was just trying to confirm what I had seen. I don't think the original members are going to be there. I think it's going to be somebody else, some other people, like people that we think are dead.
I think it's a pro syrup event because charity involved or whatever, and then is horses again asking, please, can you put the syrup inside, please, to help people that don't have the syrup. We need to finish our work.
Hmm.
Right, it's all connected. It's like Matrix demonic crosses I see there. reptilian agenda going on as always.
Yeah.
But they're going to be gone soon, but they're just trying to figure out how to be gone and the best way possible to siphon the most energy and the most souls. They keep
Hmm.
delaying things.
Right. Well, that's fine. We better end it there because I know Oksana needs to go.
Yeah, I just didn't think like I did a session at 7, so I woke up at 6 in the morning.
Oh
Session was
gosh.
Oh,
long for
for
two
you.
hours. And then I had 5 minutes in between starting with
Oh.
you.
Oh
And I
my.
am starting to get like
Yeah.
Yeah.
dizzy. So I need some food or something to.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you both very much, and go do what you got to do. I mean, we
Thank
still did
you.
an hour video. I mean, that's
It's
that's that's awesome, right?
It was a very great, episode today. I really enjoy it. And thank you, Oksana. Thank you, Dave. And
me too.
yes, see you next week.
Yeah, and maybe we'll talk about the fake moon a little bit more next week or something like that. I
Yeah,
think
of
we need
That's a
course.
good
to.
idea. Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. All right. Thank you, ladies.
Okay,
Ciao, ciao.
bye. Ciao.